So Warner Bros. Just had their presentation at Cinemacon, and let's talk about some of the horror trailers that they showcased there, because Warner Bros. Has some horror movies coming out this year. So, of course, we know that The Conjuring: The Last Rites is going to be one of those, and this apparently is going to be the final film in the whole Conjuring universe. Well, when it comes to Ed and Lorraine, that's what we are being told by Warner Bros. Right there, and it's interesting. It's interesting to hear that this is going to be the end, because I feel like we've already gotten the end in a way, right? But it turns out, no. We still got a little bit more to go. So I don't know if they showed any footage or clips, because I don't see anyone posting about it. So we still might be a bit away from that. But it will be in theaters on September 5th. Now, the first one we're going to start off with is Final Destination Bloodlines. It's coming out May 16th, 2025, and this basically is like one of my most anticipated films. I'm a huge Final Destination fan, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. Now, they showed a new clip according to Discussing Film. That's where I'm getting all of this information here, and they are saying that they brought the gore to CinemaCon. So the clip opens on two brothers in a hospital, one tall blonde and one alternative-looking brunette with piercings. Just like other victims in the franchise, these brothers are cursed and must either try to cheat death or kill someone else to avoid a grisly fate. Almost forgot about that whole thing, right? Like you could ultimately lead somebody else to their death, and death would take them and not you. And deciding they are above hurting the newborn babies, the older brunette brother devises a plan to exploit the blonde brother's peanut allergy and revitalize him last minute with an EpiPen. There is a tense fake out as the brothers struggle to get a stuck peanut butter cup out from the hospital vending machine, but they end up getting what they need despite breaking the glass and loosening a metal coil. In a rush, they enter an MRI room and accidentally turn it on while the blonde brother eats the peanut butter cup and has his allergic reaction. While the blonde brother eats the peanut butter cup and has his allergic reaction, the brunette brother refuses to give him the EpiPen so that he can use it at the right time, but as the MRI's magnetic power levels increasingly get higher and higher, the brunette's phone slams into the MRI's manual overdrive and things get violent. The brunette's piercings are torn from his body, then the wheelchair behind him pushes him and crushes him into the crevice of the MRI machine. The blonde brother reaches for his EpiPen and manages to jab himself before a nurse opens the door and asks if he's okay. Then the coil from the vending machine pierces his skull, and that's pretty much what we get. They said that the footage is a perfect mix of camp, genuine horror, and that there's large confidence that this revival of Final Destination will be great. So excited to see what that's going to look like, and it just sounds insane from reading the description. They also showed a brief glimpse at Weapons, which is the new Zach Cregger film, directed and written by Zach Cregger, starring Josh Brolin, Julia Gardner, Alden Ehrenreich, Benedict Wong, and this is a film I'm excited for. Love Barbarian. So they got an exclusive first look at Weapons, and the trailer begins with an eerie tone and shots of children going into school as the narration gives us the backstory of a day where all the children in the classroom of one teacher, Julia Gardner, have gone missing. Then shows sequences of the teacher becoming a town pariah, with Josh Brolin as a father whose child was in her class screaming, "Why was it only her class?" There's a bleak sense of dread that only gets worse when Julia sees one of the missing children, only there's something deeply wrong with them. The rest of the trailer goes pretty quick to decipher what's going on, and they'll try to detail as much highlights as they can. That's what Discussing Film says. So they say one shot shows someone vomiting blood, another features a mother attempting to harm themselves, and the most provocative of all is wild look at the group of children crashing out of their school. The trailer then closes on the teenager in the woods encountering an out-of-focus figure who waves creepily. By all accounts, this seems like a very different but equally intriguing successor to Barbarian and an incoming horror hit for Warner Bros. And New Line Cinema. Excited about this for sure. Now, the final trailer that they showed was for The Bride, which is directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal and a screenplay by Maggie Gyllenhaal. And it has Jessie Buckley, Christian Bale, Penelope Cruz, Peter Sarsgaard, Julianne Hough in this, and I'm excited. I'm excited for The Bride. It says CinemaCon 2025 attendants were treated to a tiny test of The Bride, which is actually going to come out till next year, March 6th, with a first trailer that opens with a partying woman played by Jessie Buckley falling down a flight of stairs and dying. Psychedelic, minimalist, black and white imagery transitions into the sight of Buckley strapped to a table, dead, with tubes coming in and out of her. She awakes and is greeted by a smiling monster played by Christian Bale. Backed by a propulsive and very loud score, we go through a flurry of the monster and the bride, partying and committing acts of violence a la Bonnie and Clyde. The feel is very reminiscent of Natural Born Killers, with a purposely poppy, filthy lens as Frankenstein's monster and the bride are committing all kinds of crimes. A newspaper details their exploits. The music suddenly stops to show Christian Bale's monster beating down a man in an alley to the bride's shock. The rest of the trailer is full of gnarly stylized imagery, such as Jessie Buckley sticking out her tongue, oozing black goo. The footage ends on the most provocative scene, a smiling Jessie Buckley head in a glass jar with a black and white filter. The bride looks excellent with a lot of unique personality, which guarantees it to be a huge topic of discussion according to Discussing Film. So very excited for all of these films. We also got some Superman footage, which we'll talk about in a separate video, and I am definitely ready to see these horror movies from Warner Brothers. The Bride sounds super interesting. I'm excited to see what Maggie Gyllenhaal does with this story. We are getting a Frankenstein Guillermo del Toro, but that's going to be through Netflix. So it's always great to see different takes on these stories. The Weapons trailer as well, I'm ready for that. The movie comes out August 8th, so I'm expecting a trailer for this pretty soon. They might wait till Final Destination Bloodlines comes out and attach a trailer then, so we'll probably see a trailer next month. Final Destination Bloodlines, of course, as I said, I'm a sucker for Final Destination, and I will be seated for this one as well. Cinemacon continues, and we got a ton of videos still for you. We'll still talk about some of the presentation for Superman because I'm interested in that and reading more about what they had to say as well. So stay tuned for all of that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Let me know which trailer you think is most interesting based on the description and which is your most anticipated film out of these three in the comments down below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're on the road to 40,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.